what's up guys? It's Gothalion, welcome back to Destiny. Today Sony had their big event announcing the PS4 Slim, which is essentially the current PS4 hardware in a smaller box, more power efficient. No optical port on it? Question mark? Which is weird. And alongside it, they also did their big announcement, which everybody was waiting for. The PS4 Neo, officially dubbed as the PS4 Pro, and this is where things got a little tricky. PS4 Pro does all the bells and whistles, the 4K evidently rendering. They weren't 100% clear on that, but their wording made it sound like they were rendering in 4K on the Pro. The old rumored specs for the PS4 Pro, aka Neo, had it clock in at about 20% more powerful than the previous PS4 model, so it is a pretty hefty upgrade on the PS4 baseline model, all things considered. Other than that, it, I guess, doesn't play 4K Blu-rays, which is weird because the Xbox One Slim does, and I thought that was really weird that they didn't have a UHD Blu-ray drive in there, but, you know, I guess that's a choice to make. They also went on to talk about how a lot of new titles would be rendered in 4K on the PS4 Pro, but you would also get certain benefits from running games, whether they be current games, past games that have been updated, or new games on a standard HD screen, your 1080p screens, showing off improved baseline visuals, whether it be better graphical effects, smoother frame rates, what have you, on these platforms. So They went on to say that it was basically up to their developing and publishing partners to enable said features for the PS4 Pro on their games. Not a lot of partners have really jumped on board yet, but they are hoping that more will. So this is sort of a if we build it, will they come type situation. And we're going to see what devs take old games or upcoming games and give them improved visuals and frame rates on the PS4 Pro. And this will introduce a whole bunch of issues inside of competitive communities, because, you know, what if, you know, they put out, let's say Destiny puts out an update allowing the PS4 Pro to render the game at 60 frames at 1080p, which it certainly could with the 20% boost in power. I personally believe it could do that, especially considering that they're claiming to be rendering games at 4K at 30 frames. It looked like 30 frames. I certainly hope it's not simply an upscale, because I don't know what you would need the extra power for with an upscale. Anyways, so partners, it's up to them to come in and change things, but, you know, then you would have people complaining that they didn't buy a new console, so they're getting the shaft because they didn't spend money, and now they have worse performance inside of competitive arenas, and yada yada yada. It could open up this whole box of worms going forward, and I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. Personally, I don't think Bungie will take advantage of this. I think Destiny is going to remain a 30 frames per second game, at least for the rest of Game 1's life cycle. I don't expect to see Destiny 1 hit 60 frames, but we'll see, man. I really don't think it's something that's going to happen. And I don't think anybody should have that expectation. You guys should really just mitigate your expectations going forward. There'd also be the other side of the coin where the Xbox audience would be just fucking furious, at least until the Scorpio comes out, which the Scorpio's specs are actually quite a bit more impressive than the old rumored specs for the Neo / Pro. I mean, the Xbox Scorpio is a Ferrari, as where, you know, the PS4 Pro is getting a sunroof on your Miata. You know, the sunroof ain't gonna make it go all that. It's, you know, it's an upgrade, man. So it should be interesting to see what happens. Personally, I don't expect it to affect Destiny going forward, but we'll see. There's always the we'll see. And thank you guys very much for watching. Give me your thoughts on the conference. I thought it was interesting. I don't know, man. It's pretty short. That one guy who talked forever is pretty creepy. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see y'all back inside of Destiny. Peace.